Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're joining me. Well, we're going to shake things up today and create a happy card. We're using some items from Simon Says Stamp. It's part of their latest release. We have the Tall Happy Cover die. This creates one big happy, and I thought this would make a perfect shaker. So we'll turn this into a shaker today. And then I want to add a little extra something. So we're bringing in the Dewdrop Daisy and add a flower to our happy. And to create our shaker, Simon has some amazing new embellishments. This is called the Rainbow Stardust Embellishment Mix. It's just a beautiful, small, heavily cupped sequin mix. Great for adding a little extra sparkles. And then we're going to use the Simon Says Stamp pastel inks for our card today. I haven't tried these, but when I took them out of the plastic already, but when I was looking at them, they look really milky, and so do the re-inkers. So there are re-inkers available for these. So if you like splattering, I think these re-inkers will work perfect for splatters. But we're going to be using all of these on our card today, and we're going to jump in and get started. Okay, first, we're going to create a background using our inks. So I have some white cardstock here. Sometimes I mix my cardstock with my card bases. So I better find some A2 panels. Let me find some. Okay. I'll save these for another day. Okay, so I have an A2 panel of white cardstock. We're going to go landscape because the happy's landscape, and we're going to just add a little bit of color at the very top. I'm not going to use the green. I'm going to use the pink, the blue, and the yellow. I do want to mention too, I don't know if you guys have seen this at Simon, but Simon came out with some brand new brushes. I'm not going to use these today, but they have a small detail. I would call this a detail blender. The brush on here is longer, so it does flatten a little bit, but it's great for detail layers. So these are new. Okay, I'll list them down below if you guys are interested. But this one looked really nice. I'm happy with my blender brushes, but I'm loving these. This is new too. I'm not sure what Simon's calling these, but I like when the bristles are a little bit shorter because it gives it a little bit more of a firm action. But these are really brand new. You may see me use these in the future because I think these are pretty neat. With a thinner handle, so maybe it's a little bit easier to grab. But maybe I need to switch out these for my oxide inks. We'll see. Okay, I already jumped in, so I'm going to start off with my pink ink. I just wanted to share those with you. So we'll start off with the pastel pink, going over the top. I just want to do the upper section. I do want it to trail down a little bit. And then we'll go in with our pastel yellow. So far we have pink and yellow, and then I'm bringing in my pastel blue. And we're going to add some blue overlapping the yellow, making a green. And there's my panel. So we have the yellow pastel, pink pastel, and the blue pastel for our background. And while we have our inks out, let's go ahead and create our Dewdrop Daisy. Let's do a little ink blending with this and die cutting. So the daisy is layering, but it's simple layering. And then we have the leaf. I'm going to ink blend a little bit of ink. This is where the pastel green ink will come in. So we have our pastel green, and then I'm going to die cut out my leaf here. Maybe we need to add a little yellow. Okay, and then we'll cut out the flower center. I added a little yellow here, but I think I'm going to add a little bit of pink over the top. Let me bring back my pastel pink. And I'm going to add a little bit of pink over the top to give it an orange look. Blending those two together will be really nice. I'll die cut this out. And then I'm going to die cut out my daisies with the white. And then also while we're die cutting, let's go ahead and die cut out our happy. We'll do our die cutting all at once. Now since I'm making a shaker, I'm going to die cut out maybe 5 or 6 of these happies with my white cardstock. But the top layer I want to be a little bit sparkly. So I'm going to bring in This is Lawn Fawn's Pixie Dust. I haven't used this in a while. Let me show you the package. There's 5 sheets in a package, and it has that iridescent tone to it. And I thought we would die cut out the Happy with the glitter cardstock. It's a no shed, so if you're worried about it shedding, it's not going to shed on you. So about 5 of these, 1 of these, and I will be right back. Now my die cutting is all done, and I went ahead and did my stacking. I think we all know how to stack. I did end up doing 6 of these. So I used my glue, just stacked 6 of these together because I wanted the height, because these are pretty heavy cupped, and I wanted to make sure that they would fit in the shaker. So 6 of these, stack them together, and then there is my Pixie Dust Glitter Happy, and you'll notice I did put acetate behind it. I just glued it on the acetate and then trimmed around the acetate. This is actually a little bit smaller than your card base, so you're going to have a frame. You know, I love my frames, so I was super excited about this. Okay, what we're going to do is take this Happy, we're going to add glue behind it, and then we're going to glue this on our inked background. We'll go all the way to this corner here. That way I only have to trim the bottom and the right. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. I think that looks fabulous on its own. Okay, but we're going to go one step further, and we're going to add this is the, again, Rainbow Stardust Embellishment. And I'm going to use my silicone spoon, and I'm going to add it to the bottom. If you wanted to add to the H, the A, the P, P, and the Y, if you wanted to add more sequins, they won't fall down. But I'm just going to add it to the bottom because I like the color on the top. Okay, just kind of going to flatten them a little bit. So far so good. I love this colors. Now I'm going to take my Happy, just so I don't have glue oozing out, I'm going to be using my score tape, and I'm going to add it just to all 4 sides here. I think it's the perfect width. If you have 1/8 of an inch tape, you could use that behind the acetate, and it will work out perfectly. So I'm going to take this and layer this over my Happy. A couple of them we got escapees here. Okay, and then we'll just give this a press. And that's all there is to our shaker. I think this looks pretty amazing, and it does shake good. So fun. Okay, I'm excited about this. I'm going to take this panel, we're going to glue this on some Spellbinder chiffon cardstock. And actually, if you wanted to save a little bit of cardstock, you could, am I out? I'm out of adhesive. Let me switch out my tape runner. Okay, if you wanted to save cardstock, you could take a rectangle die and make this a frame, because only about 1/8 of an inch is showing. I think that looks great on its own, but I do want to add something a little extra. We're going to go ahead and make our daisy. So we'll add a little glue here. They just layer together, offsetting a bit to get that fluffy daisy feeling. Then we can add the flower center, like so. And then I'm going to add a little glue here, and then I'm going to place my daisy off to the side here. Lovely. Now for my greeting, I'm going to bring in some sentiment strips. These are the reverse bold hello. I'm just going to open these up, and then we'll take one of these. Now, since it is a happy card, I was thinking about Oh Happy Day, but I think it's too big. So I think I'm going to add sending you happy wishes for a fabulous day. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and trim this down. Okay, let's go ahead and just trim this down. Okay. I have to go to the bottom here. Let's just block this off. Wonderful. And then I'm going to add a little extra sparkle with my Diamond Stickles. Diamond Stickles is the glitter glue, and it's just going to match that sparkle that's on the inside and give me dimension at the same time. You can see there. And then that will finish off my card today. Fun little shaker card. I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.